Massachusetts beer review. It's back again for a second time in a row. We got another lager beer. This one is a little different. This is a Jack's Abby Brewing beer. They are from Framingham, Mass. Only brew lagers is what they do. This is called a session lager known as Jabby Brau. There they are, Jack's Abby. Again, Framingham, Massachusetts. They say on the side of the bottle here, deep golden in color, this lager balances Pilsner and Munich malt with aromatic American hops. This beer starts hoppy but finishes unexpectedly malty with very low bitterness. Impressively flavorful and drinkable, we dub this beer a session lager, in quotations. Jabby Brau uses locally sourced ingredients. It is 4.5% alcohol by volume with 20 IBUs. I do not know, I had the website out on my phone here. I do not know if they actually mention where they get this stuff from. Here it is. All Jack's Abby lagers are unfiltered and preservative free. All beers are made with locally sourced ingredients whenever possible, including hops from the Hendler farm in Connecticut. That is what I wanted to tell you guys. Brewed in Framingham, this is a Massachusetts beer, and locally sourced from not tremendously far away out of Connecticut. That was a tight cap. Here's the Jack's Abby Brewing cap. They want to tell you guys that lagers don't only have to be Budweisers and Millers and Coors and Heinekens and stuff like that. Lagers can be an interesting beer style. Somebody has just got to provoke the beer community into believing that, into going with that logic. I'm going to go straight down the center of the glass. They said it was unfiltered. So towards the end, when the head dies down a little bit, I will add somewhat of a sediment-rich bottle to it. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so the Jabby Brau looks to me to be a hazy, copperish, orangey look. Almost like an amber or an IPA sort of a style. Head is just like that Carlsberg we did. It's a little denser and richer, but it still looks like that soapy, fizzy kind of a lager head. It's 3 fingers, close to 4 at this point. So there we go. Tiny bit rocky. So let's get a smell test on some Jabby Brau. Yeah, right away you get a combination of some citrus type hops and some citrus type hops and some caramel style malts, I guess. That would be the best way to describe that. And again, just like in the Carlsberg that we did, it's got a biscuity, sort of a yeasty flavor or scent to it. And there is a bit of sweetness in the background of all of that. But it's very clean. It's very clean smelling, just like the lager yeast that they most likely use in this. Whatever kind of lager yeast they use, I think they may have a house strain. It smells really nice and clean and fresh. It smells very fresh, the ingredients. Yeah. It's almost like a Euro pale lager with a ton of hops shoved in it. Top this off and we'll get a taste test of some Jabby Brau. Head is ridiculously rocky at this point. Cheers, guys. Jabby Brau from Jack's Abby Brewing in Framingham, Mass. I don't remember liking this a couple of times. I've had sips here and there, but this is actually really not too bad right now. You're getting, in the way that you drink certain kinds of IPAs and double IPAs, you're getting, in that sense, that type of a juicy hop quality. Even at 20 IBUs, this is pretty, I don't want to say it's ridiculously hoppy, because it's really not, but for 20 IBUs, they really did a lot in terms of getting the hops going on in here. I think it's hoppier than Harpoon IPA at like 45 or something IBUs. Again, you get the juicy citrus type flavors in that. You get a little bit of a sour, drying quality towards the end of the beer. You get those caramel malts. And you get an underlining sweetness that is pleasant and not cloying at all in the mouthfeel. And it's just heavily, what I was going to say there was, it's a heavily carbonated feeling beer. It's very crisp. It does finish pretty clean. It's got that nice lagering yeast that sort of cleans the beer out nicely. It's ridiculously refreshing. It's between, I think it's closer actually to really a medium kind of a mouthfeel. No charge. Yeah, I would say that this is the lightest version of medium, but I'm going to call this a medium mouthfeel. And after a while, the finish is, like I said, it's got a little bit of a sour dryingness, sour drying type feel to the finish. And you get, right as it ends, and me saying dry here is, it's not sweet. It dries the mouth out at the very, very end of the finish, but what you get is zero sweetness, a drying sensation with almost like an orange, like a fleshy orange, and sucking on some of that orange peel when it dries, and then after that it dries completely. That is the sensation I'm experiencing in its finish. It's pretty interesting for a lager here. Yeah, absolutely, you get oranges and maybe a little bit of a tartness, which is what I'm getting. I'm getting an overall citrusy tartness. So underneath the oranges and some of the grapefruit from the hops, I'm getting a little bit of a tart, just a little bit of a tart lemon with the caramel and sort of malts, sweetness in the background, biscuity qualities. Lager yeast is cleaning this beer up pretty nicely. But what I give Jack's Jabby Brau, pretty nice for a lager. I think they're really doing a lot of things differently in the right direction, as far as, you know, an everyday drinker could pick up a Jabby Brau every now and then and be, I would say, happy every so often from a Miller Lite or Bud Light. It is like 0.3% more alcoholic than a Bud Light. Come on now. Rating-wise, I would definitely give that a B+, and I would definitely give that, it's like with the Carlsberg, I would definitely give that an 85, 87. And I'll give that a 3 point, I can give that a 3.75 out of 5. I experienced this in the glass from the several times I've had it in the bottle, just a couple of sips here and there, and I like it better this way. This has been the Massachusetts Beer Reviews, reviewing Jabby Brau from Jack's Abby Brewing. Interestingly hoppy, but clean-tasting lager. Till next time, keep tasting them great beers. See you soon. Cheers. Prost.